Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of GWA Supercharged. I am Joe Davis, the voice of the GWA. We're coming to you live from Seattle, Washington. Thank you so very much for joining us. And it appears that we're going to be starting things off here this evening with Owen Gerald Sexton.
Making his way to the ring from West Palm Beach, Florida, weighing in at 266 pounds, the Blueprint, Owen Gerald Sexton.
It was just last week that Arthur Caldwell had acknowledged that he accepts Sexton as the #1 contender. Wait, he's got something to say. Let's listen in. Well, Sexton calling out the world's champion, and here he is, Arthur Caldwell. Seems roles have reversed here tonight. Well, now it's Sexton challenging Arthur Caldwell. He will step into this ring later tonight against an opponent of Sexton's choosing. We also have the Women's World Champion, Tammy Mullins, set to square off with the superstar, Halie Nolan. The next match in the United States Championship Tournament, also tonight, Gavin Briggs is taking on an opponent we don't even know, a mystery opponent there as well. But coming up first, we have Whitney Duncan set to square off with one half of the Women's World Tag Team Champions, Amaya Stevens. So let's get to the ring. Let's get the action started.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making her way to the ring from Portland, Oregon,
Whitney Duncan on her way to the ring for singles action here tonight. But we speculated all night long last week who the mystery opponent for Sexton was going to be. And now we've got to wonder, who does Sexton have in mind as the mystery opponent for the world champion, Arthur Caldwell? Kind of a little tit for tat between those two. The rivalry heating up a little bit, but in a competitive fashion. So this is going to be interesting to see who will take on Arthur Caldwell later tonight. Whitney Duncan doesn't have to wonder who she's going up against, because here she comes. Amaya Stevens set for one-on-one action here tonight, but I gotta tell you, it is gonna take one hell of a tandem to take the World Tag Team titles away from the Dangerous Alliance. And here we go. And Stevens and Duncan lock up, and a tackle by Amaya Stevens. We don't even have an official in there yet. Shelly Bennett taking her place over in the corner of Amaya Stevens. Stevens now with a gut wrench suplex to Whitney Duncan. I don't understand. Where in the hell is the official here? We can't just let this go. We need some order here. And Stevens in control at the moment. Things got started unofficially here. Bell still hasn't rang. And now Duncan trying to fight back. Duncan with the German suplex, and there's the official standing out there at ringside. And again, he didn't give the official word. So this match is not officially underway yet, but these ladies are just taking it to each other. Duncan now with a chop. Hooked up, twisting suplex by Whitney Duncan. And I still don't quite understand what the official's waiting for. I don't know if he just doesn't want to get in between these two ladies, try to break them up to try to get this thing started, or what's going on. And look at Stevens now punishing Duncan. Whitney Duncan's going to have to stay away from the educated hands of Amaya Stevens. We know how dangerous she can be. Jawbreaker by Duncan. And Duncan now, fisherman suplex with a bridge, but can't get a cover when there's no official in the ring. And now, Whitney Duncan laying the hands in. Duncan going to pull Stevens away from the ropes. Stiff kick. That one's going to sting. And Amaya Stevens on the receiving end. There's a block by Stevens, but missed with the roundhouse right. There's the backbreaker by Whitney Duncan. Both knees driven into the spine. And here we go into a submission, and now the official is in, rings the bell, and Amaya Stevens is in a terrible position. The official decides to jump in, ring the bell when Amaya Stevens is locked in this submission hold. She's got nowhere to go. And Stevens able to fight out of it. Duncan with the waist lock, picks her up, and a power slam into a backbreaker. Duncan looking to end this one here now. And wait a second, the furious flurry by Amaya Stevens, and just like that, Stevens is in the driver's seat. Stevens has Duncan right where she wants her. Knockout shot to cover. 1, 2, 3. And as quickly as this match officially started, It is over. The knockout blow by Amaya Stevens turned out the lights for Whitney Duncan.
Here is your winner, Amaya Stevens.
Well, a little chaotic there as far as the officiating goes, but still a victory for Amaya Stevens. Coming up next, the next matchup in that United States Heavyweight Championship tournament, Gavin Briggs to take on an unknown opponent.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from Riverside, California, weighing in at 215 pounds, Gavin Briggs.
Well, as controversial as it may be, Gavin Briggs has got to be feeling confident heading into this match. He may not know who his opponent is, but he's got a big victory last week over Sergio Dondelinger. So, Gavin Briggs may be believing in himself at the current moment. He's going to need that since he can't be prepared for who his opponent is. We know that Sheikh Amir is going to be in the final match for the United States Heavyweight title. We're trying to see who is going to join him in that match. Who's going to be joining Gavin Briggs in this match? What in the world? Bringing this gigantic car here that is smoking like a chimney, and that looks like in the driver's seat, I believe that's Lilith Van Diver. So that means that this has got to be, it must be, this has got to be Chris Van Diver. We haven't seen the Van Divers since before high tides, and it appears that Chris Van Diver and Lilith Van Diver have returned. Well, what a turn of events, and look at Chris Van Diver, and he's going up against Gavin Briggs. Here we go. Look at that headbutt right out of the gate. Chris Van Diver looking to be in phenomenal shape right now. A block by Briggs. And now Gavin Briggs, and no, reversal by Van Diver. Clubbing blow to the back. I can't get over this new look by the Van Divers. That is indeed Lilith on the outside. She was driving that huge monstrosity down to the ring. Whip to the far side. Look at that snap German suplex by Chris Van Diver. Van Diver drops the elbow right on point. Chris Van Diver looks to be better than ever. I'm not quite understanding the new look. Double underhook suplex cover. 1, 2, no. Gavin Briggs not going to give up this opportunity that easily. Chris Van Diver's got him in his sights, tackles him down. And now, jawbreaker by Gavin Briggs. Van Diver with some elbows, trying to break the momentum against the far side. Tackles him down again. Drops the elbow. Yet again does Chris Van Diver. And Van Diver in control of this match. Knocked down by Van Diver. Make that a second. Duck underneath the clothesline. And there's that high elevation drop kick from Chris Van Diver. And Van Diver is on a roll right now. Van Cutter! There's the Van Cutter! Cover! 1, 2, no! 2 count for Chris Van Diver. Gavin Briggs still got a little life left in him. A shot right to the face of Chris Van Diver. And Briggs trying to turn this thing around, cross the legs, drives him into the canvas. And Gavin Briggs, it looked like he was probably going to go for the modified sharpshooter. Going to try to end this thing. There's a block by Van Diver, knee or elbow to the leg. There's another block, and Gavin Briggs still fighting. How much life does he have left in him after the Van Cutter? Reversal by Chris Van Diver. And against the ropes, sends Briggs to the far side. Briggs holds on, and look at, oh my God, did you see that? Super Van Cutter, 1, 2, 3. Let's look at this. Against the ropes, up and over with the Super Van Cutter. The 3 count and the victory. That was impressive.
Here is your winner, Chris Van Diver.
What an impressive return for Chris Van Diver. Well, it appears things still a little rocky for the Homestead. Coming up next, the Women's World Champion Tammy Mullins squares off with the superstar Halie Nolan.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making her way to the ring from Toluca Lake, California, the Global Wrestling Alliance Women's World Champion, Wild Thing, Tammy Mullins.
Tammy Mullins set for one-on-one action against the superstar Halie Nolan. Is trying to focus on this match. She had a little distraction last week in her match against Lacey Evans, where the #1 contender, Indi Hartwell, tried to get involved.
And from Hollywood, California, the superstar, Halie Nolan.
And her opponent tonight doesn't lack self-confidence at all. And I'm talking about the superstar, Halie Nolan. Nolan, an amazing competitor here in GWA, still looking for that breakout moment. A victory over the Women's World Champion could certainly do just that. And we were all set. And speaking of Indi Hartwell, here is the #1 contender for Tammy Mullins' Women's World Championship. And this is exactly how things went down last week. But Mullins was able to outsmart Hartwell and Evans last week. She's going to have to keep her eyes in the back of her head, and already pulls out the spinning heel kick. The roundhouse kick, and turned around, and Nolan was trying to take advantage of that. Mullins a little too worried about Hartwell there on the outside, and now Mullins slammed to the canvas by the hair. Nolan now, stiff kick, and there's the block, and there's that roundhouse kick again. Catches Nolan flush. And Mullins now hooks her up. Look at this strength and power of Wild Thing, Tammy Mullins. And with one arm, are you kidding me? Here's the cover. One. Only a one this time for the Women's World Champion. There's a clubbing blow, and Mullins beginning to lay it on thick. And Mullins now in control, sends Nolan for the ride, and then Hartwell, Indi Hartwell gets involved, and there's a clothesline to the back of the head by Halie Nolan. Indi Hartwell grabs the foot, a complete distraction. Halie Nolan's going to take advantage. Hartwell tried to get involved with Mullins' match last week, was unable to pull it off this week. She does just that. Hurricanrana by Halie Nolan. And the superstar is now firing on all cylinders. Nolan now. Several more strikes, and again by the hair. Halie Nolan taking advantage of the distraction by Indi. 1, 2, no. Nearly had the victory over the Women's World Champion right there. Sent for the ride into the corner. And an elbow right to the mush. And wait, Mullins sends Nolan face first into the canvas. 1, 2, no. Not enough damage dealt by Tammy Mullins, but that was a home run shot in trying to get back into this match. Nolan comes back with a knee to the face. Snap suplex by Halie Nolan. Mullins right back to her feet. And Mullins with a shot. Make it a couple. Mullins trying to do everything she can to get back in this match. After the distraction by Indi Hartwell. And Mullins, it appears, has regained control of this matchup. And no, took a little too long. Nolan's going to capitalize again. Now sent into the corner yet again by Halie Nolan. And Nolan up over on the top. Hurricanrana. Impressive maneuver by Halie Nolan. The drop kick to the back of the neck. And the stiff kick to the spine to follow it up. Gonna go for the cover here. 1. And Mullins, a veteran maneuver, using the ropes to break the pinfall instead of having to use energy on a kick out. And there's a shot by Mullins. And now Nolan against the ropes. Sends her in and drives the forearm into the spine a couple of times. Tammy Mullins looking to recover. Take advantage and walk away with another W. Another shot by Halie Nolan. It seems that ever since that distraction by Hartwell, Nolan, if she's not in control, she's got an answer to almost everything that Mullins has tried to throw at her. Couple of shots to the kidneys, back area. And Nolan now going upstairs, and she's a long ways away. Look at that splash by Halie Nolan. Cover. 1, 2, 3. No, how close can you get? How close can you get without getting the victory? Sent back into the corner. And snapmare out of the corner against the ropes. Handspring splash by Nolan. 1, 2, 3. No, not a 3. The left shoulder comes. No, there's a split leg drop. 1, 2, 3. And now Halie Nolan's got it. And this was the beginning of the downfall for Tammy Mullins in this match. The distraction by Indi Hartwell. And finally, the split-legged leg drop by Halie Nolan was enough to gain the victory over the Women's World Champion.
Here is your winner, the Superstar, Halie Nolan.
That is a monumental victory for the Superstar, Halie Nolan, here tonight on Supercharged. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are just about set for our main event. Arthur Caldwell to take on a mystery opponent to be decided by Owen Gerald Sexton. And hold on, wait a second. We have Sergio Dondelinger coming out here.
Making his way to the ring from Bray, County Wicklow, Ireland, weighing in at 275 pounds, Sergio Dondelinger.
Well, Dondelinger's making his way out here. I'm not sure exactly what his reasoning is. I know he's been having an issue with high energy as of late. We heard Don Holmes talking to High Energy earlier tonight saying, you know what, that needs to end. It needs to be over. Something tells me, in the eyes of the Fighting Irishman, it's far from over. It looks like he's got something to say. Let's listen in. Well, Dondelinger calling out the World Tag Team Champions, High Energy, and it appears they're going to answer.
combined weight of 457 pounds, the Global Wrestling Alliance World Tag Team Champions, High Energy.
Oh no, I don't agree with this at all. Dondelinger, I don't think he's thinking straight. He said that he intends on challenging both members of High Energy at the same time, right here, right now. And I can also imagine that Don Holmes isn't going to be happy about this. He's already done told High Energy to let it go, that it needs to be done. If Dondelinger isn't careful, High Energy might just be ready to end it, and they're going to end it on their terms. I don't have a good feeling about this at all. Dondelinger's in the ring. Both members of High Energy. And Dondelinger charges in with a clothesline, and he's immediately met by Derek Wright. And this is not going to be good. Dondelinger, wind-up European uppercut, and right into the clutches of Derek Wright. And Wright drives him down with a shin breaker. And now, already, I think the numbers game. Well, wait a second. Dondelinger, headbutt to Willie Jones. And now ear elbows by Dondelinger to Derek Wright. And the waist lock from behind. There's a neck breaker. And now I feel the numbers game is going to swing in the favor of High Energy. Kicked away. Dondelinger, the Fighting Irishman. Look at this. 1, 2. Dondelinger not willing to give it up. I don't believe that Dondelinger isn't a smart man. I think he is. I think he's a very intelligent human being. But I have to question this decision. I know Dondelinger's got to be upset about what happened last week in his match with Gavin Briggs with High Energy at ringside. There's a headbutt again. And immediately, and now Willie Jones to the outside, and Dondelinger in the ring all alone with Derek Wright. The numbers game not a factor at the moment. Splash. 1. And only a 1. If he can isolate one of them and get the other out of the way, he might have a chance here. Look at the big boot right on the jaw. Slamming the back of the head of Willie Jones down to the cannon. And there's the headbutt to Derek Wright. And there's a shot by Willie Jones. And over the top, Dondelinger hangs on, but not for long, to the outside into the floor. And this is where Dondelinger does not want to be. On the outside of the ring, Bulldog face first into the floor. My God. And now, High Energy, I believe, is just going to start picking apart Sergio Dondelinger. Right now, Willie Jones is pouring it on. Derek Wright's going to come over and get him some. Stiff kick by Wright, and Dondelinger's up and sends Derek Wright into the barricade and right back in after Willie Jones, the Irish sickle. And now sent to the far side, elbow right on the jaw. And Dondelinger coming back again. But Derek Wright saw that one coming. Dondelinger with a kick right to the face. And Willie Jones was waiting on him. Now ripping and tearing at the left arm of Dondelinger. And once again, High Energy. Dondelinger sent to the outside. Derek Wright looking for something, but Willie Jones isn't even going to give him the chance. Jones goes right back on the attack. Where the hell is Derek Wright going? He's up in the attic right now. There's a shot by Jones into the crossbody off the top. And now comes the dissection of the Fighting Irishman in front of our very eyes. And double Russian leg sweep by High Energy. And a neck breaker on the floor. Okay. I think enough is enough here. I don't know if Dondelinger can continue to protect himself. He's able to get out of that hold, but Willie Jones was right there, drives him down with another neck breaker. I think this has gone on about long enough. And wait, hold on, here comes Dondelinger yet again. And now Dondelinger sent into the barricade. I don't think that Sergio Dondelinger can overcome the odds here. And at this point, I think the match should be stopped. I don't think Dondelinger's going to give it up on his own. I think he's going to continue to fight until he gets seriously injured. It could even potentially end his career. High Energy's going to just take their time at this point. And Dondelinger sweeps the leg again. And look at this, DDT on the floor. Come on. Enough is enough here. And sent into the steps by Derek Wright. If this continues on too much longer, this may even be considered a crime. I think the official needs to stop this match. I don't know what the hell he's waiting on. There's going to be nothing left of Dondelinger when this is all said and done. And Dondelinger hooked up, suplexed on the floor. And another bulldog face first into the floor. Dondelinger at this point just fighting for survival. And Willie Jones sent into the steps and Dondelinger right back into the barricade. As soon as he deals with one, the other is right there on the attack. Dondelinger, Irish sickle to Derek Wright. Now back in the ring, trying to get a little separation here. And there's the battering ram headbutt. Caught Derek Wright. And then there's the head scissors and the senton by Willie Jones. Jones now, not sure what he's doing. I don't know if he's just taunting Dondelinger. Dondelinger, it looks like Dondelinger's been opened up. He's bleeding from the forehead now. Here's the cover. 1, 2, and Dondelinger still kicks out. But Willie Jones off the top with the leg drop. 1, 2, 3. And mercifully, this thing is finally over. And what a way to end it. Went for the cover, the kick out by Dondelinger. And he didn't even see the leg drop coming. And High Energy, this may have put Sergio Dondelinger out for a while.
Here are your winners, High Energy!
I would really like to know what Sergio Dondelinger was thinking, trying to take on both of the World Tag Team Champions by himself. Didn't pay off here tonight. But it is main event time, however, ladies and gentlemen. The World's Heavyweight Champion, Pretty Boy Arthur Caldwell, to take on a mystery opponent determined by Owen Gerald Sexton.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from Tacoma, Washington. Weighing in at 238 pounds, the Global Wrestling Alliance World Heavyweight Champion, Pretty Boy Arthur Caldwell.
Arthur Caldwell. set for action here tonight, as prepared as he could possibly be. This all started last week when Arthur Caldwell said that Sexton ought to put his money where his big mouth was and challenged him to take on an opponent of his choosing. He chose Vince Dixon on that night as Sexton's opponent. Who are we going to see as Caldwell's opponent? We're going to find out in the matter of moments. Oh no!
And his opponent from Newcastle upon Tyne, England, weighing in at 379 pounds, strongman Aldo P. Wallace.
Strongman Aldo P. Wallace is the mystery opponent for Arthur Caldwell. How in the world did Sexton pull this off? Well, I think it's safe to say this is not good for the world's heavyweight champion. And with Clash of the Titans coming up very soon, I think this is the last person that Arthur Caldwell wanted to see. Either way, he's not going to back down from this fight. Here we go. Couple of chops by Caldwell, shoved back by Wallace. Caldwell with a knife edge chop. And again. Caldwell just lighting him up like a Christmas tree. Sent into the ropes and a shoulder block. Neither man budges. Knee lift right to the face. Caldwell went for a crossbody, couldn't hit it. And now Strongman, well, he has him up on the shoulders, but not for long. Caldwell right back to the knife edge chop. Delivers another. And Caldwell now, ever the master technician, goes right for the leg. At this point, he's going to start working on the leg and utilizing his game plan to set up for the inverted figure four leg lock, a maneuver that has defeated many of opponents for Caldwell. Shoved back by Aldo P. Wallace. Wallace now, a scoop here to the world's champion. Drops him face first in the corner. Nice choke. He's blindly... Referee, you want to tell him not to choke the man? He's got to be able to breathe. A dragon screw there by Caldwell. And Caldwell lights him up again. And again. Lighting him up like a traffic light. And Wallace, with two hands, picks him up, drops him down, smashing the knee into the canvas. And Aldo P. Wallace, just like that, has taken control of this match. Now, strongman Aldo P. Wallace drops the champion down along the top rope. And going for a leg submission of his own, center of the ring. Caldwell's got nowhere to go. And a kick right to the face. The strength and torque that Aldo P. Wallace could utilize in a hold like that, he could very well snap your leg. Drops the elbow, does Caldwell. Caldwell going right back for the leg, right back to his game plan. Right into the knee joint. And now the spinning toe hold, a devastating maneuver. And here's the cover. 1, 2. 2 count for the world's champion. So far, He hasn't allowed Aldo P. Wallace to really utilize his freakish strength. Look at the technique on the German suplex by Arthur Caldwell. And Caldwell has Wallace in his sights. And looked like a drop kick maybe to the lower leg, or a drop toe hold perhaps. And knife edge chop. That one had so much impact to it, it knocked Wallace right down. Wallace kicks Caldwell away. There's a knockdown by Strongman. Missing the clothesline. Back body drop by Aldo P. Wallace. Follows it up with a spine buster. And again, Aldo P. Wallace right back on the attack. Went for the headbutt. Got the European uppercut for his trouble. And right back to the leg. Caldwell never, ever loses focus. That's why he's the world champion. Drops the knee in the back of the head. And now he's going for it. He's going for it. And he's got it. The inverted figure four. Aldo P. Wallace in the center of the ring. He's got nowhere to go. Caldwell's got it cinched in deep. But Wallace is not giving it up here. Aldo P. Wallace fighting with everything he's got. And he's able to break it. He breaks the hold. Aldo P. Wallace breaks the hold, and up over the top, reversal, reverse DDT by Caldwell, and Caldwell's going for it again. Again, never loses focus, and he's got it. He's got it locked in. He's got it cinched in deep. Aldo P. Wallace screaming at me. That's it. That's it. Aldo P. Wallace taps out. And Arthur Caldwell with the inverted figure four with an impressive victory over strongman Aldo P. Wallace. If Sexton wanted to know what Caldwell was made of, he just showed everyone right here tonight.
Here is your winner, pretty boy, Arthur Caldwell.
Arthur Caldwell victorious, ladies and gentlemen. We are out of time. Tune in next week for another edition of Supercharged.